Over the New Year's weekend, 1971, I got a phone call from production stage manager Fritz Holt. He asked whether I could show up at the studio at 10 a.m. on Sunday, January 3rd. I didn't think rehearsals were to begin for another week, but since I was just hanging around at home, I agreed. The show was rehearsing at the American Theater Lab, which filled the entire second floor of a two-story building on West 19th Street, just off 7th Avenue, above a tire shop. It had been created for Jerome Robbins, one of America's most talented choreographers and directors, who wanted to experiment with a European-style workshop. The experiment didn't work, but it left a workable space in which Harold Prince liked to rehearse his shows. The quarters were spare, but more than adequate. One large rehearsal room big enough to represent an entire Broadway stage, a second room half its size, large enough for dance rehearsals, and a third one even smaller for music. Support facilities included a couple of offices in the front, changing rooms in the back, and a commons room with some slightly ratty sofas and chairs. Few people were around when I arrived. As I came up the stairs, I heard a piano and a number of feet thumping a steady rhythm. I reported to the first open door I came to, the production stage manager's office, where Fritz Holt greeted me as our production assistant. First day, first defeat. Or so I thought. Production assistant is the theater euphemism for gopher, and that's not what this experience was supposed to be. Sure, I had done it twice before and enjoyed it both times. But this was to be different. Even though I had agreed to be a general assistant to Ruth Mitchell, this time I simply wanted to observe the process. That's also how I had sold it to Connecticut College, which was giving me credit for observing a show being assembled. I hadn't proposed an independent study of fetching coffee and sandwiches. The journal I agreed to keep would show an observer's objective eye, not the musings of an errand boy. So when I heard myself referred to as the production assistant, my heart sank. But in short order, I realized I was wrong. While I still had plenty of time to observe, being the gopher gave me a real position, albeit a minor one, within the company.